Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to wall mount a TV. It's super easy, it'll be super quick. All you got to do is first, you're going to need a stud finder. Again, some people use their iPhone stud finder app. It's pretty half-assed. Just make sure you actually have a good stud finder. And all you're going to do is put it on the wall like so. Usually there's a button on the side. You slide along, and then you can see center. Now, if you're wondering why that was just buzzing like that, it's telling me that there's power coming up and along this stud. So I'll show you a trick that I always use when I'm doing this. As you can see, I've already toned out two studs. Now, if you haven't toned out two studs and you're trying to use an articulating bracket, then you're going to have a problem. See, this is just a flat panel bracket. So it just sits flat on the wall. There's no pull down weight, which is what you get from an articulating arm. And if you have no studs up there, then you definitely do not want to use an articulating arm. You'll only want to use a flat arm or a tilt bracket. Now, the thing that you're going to need, if you don't, is you can use a butterfly anchor, or you can use these, which are known as Hiltis. And what they do is, basically, as you can see here, it tilts like so. You slide it in a hole, you flip it up on the other side of the drywall, and it just sits on the inside of the drywall like that. And you can hold up to like probably a 55. Don't do it with a like heavy 65 or an 80 because it'll fall off the wall. So like I said, next thing that we need to do once we've found our studs is go straight to the back of the TV here and locate your holes on the back of the TV. And we're going to need those arms that are down there, and we're going to bolt those to the back of the TV using the supplied hardware. Now, as you can see, if you have a Samsung, you're probably going to take these M8s here, and if you have a LG like so, you're probably going to use like M6s. This one looks like it's going to use either M6s or M4s. I'll have to see. But yeah, I'll show you what it looks like after I bolt them on. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we have our brackets bolted on the back of the TV. How you know you have them bolted the right way is if you see these little handles, they're facing outward because these are your tilt handles. Make sure before you put the bracket up, you tighten these up a little bit so that way it's not all loosey-goosey when you put it up. And yeah, from there, as you can see, it's all tightened up. When you're tightening the bolts on the back, make sure you have them just threaded in and then lift up on the bracket and tie them in. What this will allow it to do is it won't allow the TV to sag over time because of how tight the bolts are and stuff like that. So like I said, as you're tying these down, lift the bracket as you tie the top screw in and then tie the bottom screw in, so that way it's at its maximum height. Now we got to get ready to measure to put it up on the wall. So all you're going to do is grab your tape measure. You're going to put the bottom of the tape measure here. You just lift up and then you measure that, and that'll give you your top height. So once you're up here, or once you measure from here while lifting the bracket up to here, now we know how the minimum amount you're going to need to have on the wall to be able to mount your TV on the wall. And you know where to put your top plate on there. So if you're going to do 3 inches gap, make sure you add 3 onto that number that you get from here. Okay, so stay tuned for the next part, and I'll show you what it looks like once we start mounting the plate and whatnot. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to want to do is, as you can see here, let me show you a mark that I made. See that mark up there? How I got that was like I was telling you before. I measured to the bottom of the TV to the top of the plate, and then what I did is I knew that I wanted an 8-inch gap on the bottom of the TV above the mantle so you can clear it while you're sitting down over there. So what I've done now is I've put one bolt in already, so this bracket's holding it, or the bracket's held up. So first thing I did is I leveled it, and then I made my first hole so I knew it was on the mark. Then I put this level back on, and as you can see, just might want to bring it up a tiny bit right there. Okay, so we know where our studs are. Now we need to put some bolt holes. So what you do is you take your screwdriver, a mini precision driver if you got one, and you sink it into the wall. Okay, we know that there's a stud there. I can't push back to any farther on there. Next thing I'm going to do is do this, and one more on this side. Now if you want to be very careful, what you can always do is put a hole on this side of you're first throwing a hole on this side, and the reason why is to make sure you're not going to glance off the side of the stud. But after that, you're just going to drill your pilot holes like so. There we go. We're still level, so we're good. And from here, you put your legs in. I'm not going to do that with the driver right now, but yeah, all you do is bang them in. Reason why is it's super loud and it'll just bang off in your ears. So all you're going to do now is put your legs in and make sure you stay level. After that, stay tuned. Hey guys, so at this point what you're going to have to do is, after you've put your level on again, made sure everything's leveled up, you might be a little bit off. It always happens sometimes as you're sinking them down. What some people do is they'll loosen the bolts and they'll have someone torque up on the bracket, tighten, and make sure that it stays level while you tighten it. Again, it all depends on a little bit of sag. That's why I also got this correctional bracket. As you can see, this one has the tie downs here, so the screw will lift up the TV on one side if it's a little bit off. It's always helpful just because you never know how the TV is going to sink in the end on the bracket. Now, it's time to put the TV on the bracket. As you can see, this bracket has hooks. Sometimes though, the screws, if you have screws like this, that means that's your safety tab, so don't put those on top. But as you can see, this one has hook releases. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift the TV up, hook this on the top of the bracket, and then sink in the bottom, and it'll click in. It's super simple. I can't do it with the camera in my hands. Like I said, just lift it onto the hooks, hook it onto the plate, and after you hook it onto the plate, it'll click in. And then your TV's on the wall. So, stay tuned and we'll quickly throw the TV up on the wall. Hey guys, so as you can see, our TV is up. That's how it's going to look. You can see my power cord hanging down right now. I'll be hiding that. I'm going to make a power run up into the top there. But yeah, and then of course, all I'm going to do with the cable box is, because I have an IR repeater and stuff, I'm going to be putting an IR repeater in and hiding the cable box behind the TV, because all this TV is going to be doing is showing cable, nothing else. There's no DVD players or anything getting plugged in. So that's basically it. I hope this video helped you out. Like I said, quick, easy, shows you how to hang a TV. And if you're wondering about those drywall anchors, instead of drilling in the legs with the pilot holes, what you do is once you poke it, all you do is you get a bigger drill bit and you drill the holes, and then you put those Hilti toggles in. Or the butterflies, whatever you can get your hands on. I prefer the Hilti toggles, but yeah. So again, if this video helped you out, press the like button. And of course, if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe. Peace out. And of course, if you have any questions, put it in the comment section below.